Hey Aquarians, it's your girl Belladonna Krishana with your mid-month reading. Thank you so much for being patient as I try to get these out. It's a bit of an undertaking, and in the process, it's like you still have to rest and do the rest of life. But I'm gonna definitely try next month to try to get these readings out on time, and also of quality without rushing them. So we'll figure out how to do that. But this is my third, and I think my third installment of videos, and so, we're still getting into the groove of things. So thank you so much for being patient and still watching these videos. So, I was concentrating your guys' energy, and there's quite a bit of things that are a little bit hard to pick up. For me, I felt like um, there was a lot of information about the perceived reality versus the actual reality of things, and so I wanted to kind of delve into that. But let's go ahead and sort of get into the cards I've already drawn and kind of see where that fits, if it fits, and things like that. I don't really pre-rehearse these, so I just kind of go with the flow, and whatever happens in the process happens. So I believe that's probably why you're here. But yeah, so anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So we start off with the Four of Spheres from my Liberty deck. So the four is really interesting because because in a lot of decks this represents like holding on too tightly to things, or the need to not be so fear based when it comes to your responses to things. In this particular deck, this one, as you can kind of see, there's a lady kind of here. There's a lady here who's reading a book, and there's a guy or a bull here, who is opening a gift of some sort. We also have the representation of all the four elements. So this particular card for me indicates a lot of higher learning. This could indicate to me that that some of you may be going back to school or figuring that you guys have to do some sort of internship. This can also speak to um, this could also speak to the need to seek higher learning, or to get more knowledge about the certain area that you want to do. If you're in a relationship, there's a need to sort of delve into how you can make your relationship better. If you're not in a relationship, this would also speak to me about having to do some sort of internal work, in order to attract the love that you actually want. So we have the Ten of Cups, and so the Ten of Cups here is a little bit debaucherous. You can kind of see here, there's a lot going on. I don't know if this is even safe for YouTube, but there's a lot going on with this particular card. This is about, this card in this particular deck is about overindulgence, satiety. So like, like having something and you may not be completely fulfilled with it, but you're also really but you're satisfied with it. In a lot of decks, this that is the card of emotional fulfillment and things like that. In this particular card, in this particular deck, it's not, because some decks just kind of change. But I think that's really important too. This is actually about the card of, are you overindulging? It's like, are you taking the time to rest when you need to? Are you in such a search for the next thing, or higher knowledge and things like that, that you're burning yourself out completely and you're retaining nothing? When this comes to a work environment, this can also, talk about overachieving to the point of overachieving and getting recognition, which is really great, but to the detriment of your own family life, or the detriment of your relationships around you, friendships, socializing, things like that. This can also indicate to me, um, for some people, that you're in such a need to get to the destination of where you want to be, that you're not falling in love with the process of getting there, which is actually really important, because of the fact that a lot of times it's that process, and I don't know if we talked about this in the last video, but it's that process of getting there that's going to really be the thing that's going to propel you. It's not going to be the destination, because if you're not happy where you are, then you're not going to be happy at the destination. So, we also have the Hermit card that comes up, and this coupled with this. So, you could be in school right now, or not, but this is definitely a card, two cards basically indicating to me that there's something about there needing to be more knowledge acquired. There needing to be a certain amount of training. This could spiritually also mean that you guys are in a testing period. And so making sure that you are kind of passing these tests and using the knowledge that you've learned from like the last, few years, last 7 years or so, of having to go through trials and errors and tests and things like that, that you actually are using that, and applying that to this particular spiritual test that you are currently being involved with. If you're in a relationship, this could also indicate a relationship. There's tests within the relationship right now to see how much you kind of learned about each other, as far as how to sort of ebb and flow within the relationship without having a need to control. If you are by yourself, this is about how much do you know about yourself to continue within a relationship that is either fulfilling you, or B, not fulfilling you, but how much do you know about yourself where, you can really bring in the people that you want instead of the people that you've kind of, the energies rather that you've been dealing with in the past. So there's a lot of kind of testing. I feel like that's probably the best, that's probably a better way of saying it, is there's a lot of testing going on right now. So I'm gonna actually pull cards from my other deck, and then we're gonna um, get into it. So I started a workshop in the new year, called New Year, New Boundaries. I actually changed the name, for the sake of uploading, which I think I called it, the Boundaries Masterclass. There's a part 1 through 4. I'm uploading them fairly slowly because, a part of it is still, I'm still engaging with some old students, in regards to the series, but I want to let you guys know that it will be available. I'm actually uploading part 1 right now, and if you guys, that's my dog, by the way. If you guys are interested in, in watching it and liking and comment and subscribing, I, made it because of the fact that I found that when I was trying to, um, go through boundaries with one of my clients, that there wasn't a lot of like great information. There wasn't extensive enough information, I feel like, on boundaries. And boundaries really kind of encompass like all of our life. In every area of our life, we need to have boundaries. And especially in today's day and age, I feel like it's harder for us to really kind of set up the healthy boundaries and know what they are. And I feel like it was a really good recap on what boundaries are about. So anyway, all that being said, I'm uploading this video right now as we speak. By the time this video is up, that video will be up. And so that's part 1. Go ahead and watch and like and comment and subscribe on it, because I feel like it's a lot of really great information. Part 3 of the series, I bring in my mother, who is actually a, certified trauma specialist and has a really just an extensive amount of knowledge on, psychology and things like that. So anyway, I'm going to pull 6 cards from this particular deck, and which is the my Llewellyn deck, which is the deck that I typically use when I'm, reading for clients. By the way, I have a special going on, until May 1st, but I might extend it. I'm not sure. Um, where if you would like a reading, then you can definitely, hit me up, and I will give you a special subscribed discounted rate. So really funny. This particular, in my other deck, we pulled out the Four of Pentacles again, but this is in reverse. Now, this particular card in this particular deck is also a different meaning. So, in this particular card, this one is definitely about the need to let go. And I guess it's kind of still on the same lines of the personal development period that you're kind of in, or the test period that you're in, because I feel like this has to, especially with the 4 of Cups. So you have like the 4 So you have the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups together. And I feel like this is indicating to me the need to kind of let go and forgive, or the need for you to kind of let go, like let go and let God of sorts, within a particular situation or within your life. The need to sort of like go inwards in order for you to be able to really assess many areas of your life. We have the Four of Cups, and this is in reverse. And this is about you also um, not taking things within your life. Hold on. I mean, what I'm feeling more so is needing to take better care of things within your life. So that's what I'm feeling. So I feel like this is kind of one of those things when we were talking about earlier about you guys working so hard that you're not, maybe perhaps not spending as much time with your tribe, the people that really support you. Or this can also indicate to me that you're maybe not spending as much time with family as you probably should, not taking care of self. But this is definitely about, for me, taking care. We have the Two of Rods, that's in reverse as well. And so the Two of Rods in reverse is, again, about that kingdom, about that sort of like family life, home life, like what's going on. You're not looking out. And it's the moment that you don't look out that things come up unexpectedly, or things kind of like blindside you. And so you just want to really be careful with that. Hold on one second. My battery on my computer is dying, so I have to like charge it for a second. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I had to plug my computer in. Um, so we have some cards that um, I think are a bit concerning, and I just kind of want to tell you guys about them, and hopefully, you guys kind of take heed to my words or whatever. So we have the Empress in reverse. And remember, we were just talking about not really taking care of home, not really taking care of the things that need to be taken care of. So perhaps slacking off in certain areas. We can also talk about financially, perhaps maybe spending too much, and not saving where you need to. You definitely kind of need those kind of rainy day funds. And so not saving where you need to, and maybe being a little bit too free. We have the Five of Swords. And also in partnerships or relationships. Sorry, something itching me right here. In partnerships and relationships, we can also talk about if you're not spending enough time with your partner sometimes, and your partner feels like they're not getting enough attention, especially if you're dealing with someone like a Leo, or you're dealing with I would say like a Pisces, Scorpio, kind of. If you're dealing with anybody like that, you might find yourself in this situation where somebody feels like, well, if you don't give me what I need, I'm going to go and get what I need. Or if I don't get what I need, then I'm going to, then I'm not going to, then what's your use of being here? And so you want to be careful about the energies that you're putting out. It's cool to have things. It's cool to have a job that's working. It's cool to, to have high demand. But if that high demand starts taking away from your home, or your family time, or your partnership time, then you're going to find a lot of times that there's a lot of little things that you're going to miss in between, and those things that you miss are going to eventually lead to sort of like a tower situation. Let me see something. Okay, so we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. And so I feel like in this particular time, maybe money is not so great, or you're not really spending money wisely. So this could indicate someone in your life, though, that maybe has a little bit more reins of the finances, and they're not spending money wisely. But this is definitely somebody who, the thing about a reverse card like the Queen of Pentacles reverse is that needs to be right side up. And so for me, this is about you definitely taking care of the home, and if we were talking about, perceptions and things like that, in your perception, you may be taking care of home, but in reality, you may not actually be. And you need to kind of assess where you are, where you are versus where you're going, you know, because it's like the little things that you do are the things that sort of add up to something, you know, major, something really huge at the end. If you're not taking care of your health, this could lead to illness. If you're not taking care of home, this could lead to a break in the home. If you're not taking care of, you know, if you're not taking care of stuff at work the way that you should, that's going to lead to not having work. So, you know, this is definitely, like I said, this is definitely a reading about making sure that you have the right mind state to be able to move forward successfully, and you can't do that if you're not taking care of the little details in between. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. I hope I didn't ramble too much. And anyway, I will see you guys next month for your mid-month reading in May. Okay.